Hi Spurs fans. Yeah, I've just woken up. Well, not just woken up. It's what's it now? It's about 11 o'clock now. Oh, Valentine's Day. Yeah, of course. I've got to be on my best behaviour today. Yeah, making my coffee. Turn on YouTube, and we've got this new guy in. I've watched a couple of YouTube channels. Let me just check I've got this right first. Sorry, am I on there? See the old Spurs badge? Yeah, see my ugly mug? Right, cool. I've done a short already, which I'll post, but it's not that short actually. It's about 5 minutes long. But so I've looked on a couple of YouTube channels. Teddy Sheringham, top guy. I mean, you know, he could have been on the sidelines, as far as I'm concerned, for the remainder of the season. One of my favourite Spurs players of all time. He actually, his title was "What the fuck." I mean, what the fuck? Who is this guy? He got sacked. I'm repeating basically, or this is a long version of the short, but repeat myself. But he got sacked from Juventus, losing 8 games in a row. Never heard of the guy. And we were supposed to be looking for a Spurs legend or somebody to give the fans, for the fans to cheer on at home, get that atmosphere going, get the team out of the swamp. And then we signed somebody we've never heard of, and he knows nothing about the Premier League. You know, nothing at all. What does he know about Brighton or Sunderland even, who are flying? You know, what does he know? How's he going to line up against them? He's fair play to the guy. He's obviously a smart cookie. He thought, yeah, I'll have some of that. Give us your dosh. I ain't got a job at the moment. I won't have a job at the end of the season, but my bank account will be looking pretty rosy. I mean, it's not that bad either, I should imagine, at the moment, of getting paid off by Juventus. So he's got nothing to lose. But yeah, so he's coming. And so much for that sudden boost of, yes, come on you Spurs. You know, it'll be kind of like, come on you Croatian guy, Tudor. I mean, somebody did come out with a good one. Tudor is to do or something. That was pretty witty. I wish I thought of that one. So yeah, you know, we'll see. So it looks like Poch is nailed on. Now, again, my take on this is what do we want, right? Frank, when he came, started off. God, the sun is. I tell you what, it's February the 14th, and it's like baking here. Am I in? Yeah, I am. Right, okay. Shit. Right, what was I saying? Frank, when he first started, he did bring a bit of the Brentford way with him, and with the injuries we had, I for one thought, yeah, we probably need this. We probably need to get that solid base, you know, to work with, get some points, whether it's draws or boring. But no, you know, no. Oh, this is boring. We want excitement. We want attacking football. We didn't have anybody. We were all fucking injured. He lost Sonny and Kane. Well, never had Kane, did he? Then he lost Sonny. What did he have to work with? So he was pressured, not just by the fans, but I think even the board said, oh, you've got to entertain them. You've got to entertain them. So that's why we're in the shit now. You know, Frank's Brentford were hard to beat. Not the most attractive on the eye, but nobody give him any shit over it. And don't tell me he's got better players to work with now. I don't see it. All right, 2 or 3, maybe. But, you know, kids and lightweights up front, and nobody who can hold up the ball. Solanke's just come back. Looks like he's injured again already. That against Newcastle, he was hobbling. Nobody's mentioned that, you know. I think if we had a game this weekend, he wouldn't have been playing, Solanke. Now he's got the 12 days. Oh, I don't know. So we've got this. So we've got this guy. We've got this guy in, and now people are saying, yeah, let's hope, you know, for draws just to get out of this mess. Well, you know, Frank could have done that. So this guy. So what happens? We got 4 draws, you know, and hopefully, if West Ham and Palace, Forest, drop points, we might rise to safety. How long will it be? For the fans to say, oh yeah, but it's boring shit. I'd rather finish 17th than this shit football. Yeah, what do you fucking want? You know? We've got a shit team. We've got 11 players out that would beat the 11 that he would put out against Newcastle, barring, you know, a couple of players. Van der Ven for one, I suppose. You know, even Danso was looking. Danso to me looks like he could be a future Tottenham captain. Love him, great player. He's out. We don't know if Spence was fully fit. He didn't have a good game, did he? Anyway, so it's you might say you think I'm a relative of Thomas Frank. I'm not. I just love what he did at Brentford. Nice guy, and he's made some shit decisions. I mean, not playing Kinski. I don't know what pressure he was under, because I don't know. He's done a couple of things that I don't agree with. But every manager. Now, so this guy is in his interim, and these guys on one of the channels, these two guys got a big channel, and somebody said, "Oh, we don't know if he'll be any good as a full-time manager," and they just come out and said, "We don't want him. We don't want him as full-time manager at the end of the season." So that's a great message for him, isn't it? Great message for him. He's already got a taste of what our fans are like. You know, he's coming in to try and do a good job for us, and instead of supporting him and saying we don't want him as manager, I mean, for fuck's sake, no wonder we're the laughing stock with fans that we've got. I mean, don't get me wrong. These guys that travel all around the country and all over Europe, thick and all sorts of weathers. We've got some of the best away support. Even back in the 70s and 80s when I used to go, some of the best support around, always Spurs. God, no, we haven't won anything for so long yet. We've still got great support, but we've also got some lemon. I mean, what is wrong with people? We don't want him. Well, let's hope he doesn't watch that, because he'll just say, well, okay, I'll just sit here on the bench, enjoy London for 5 months, take the few million quid he's been offered, and off he goes. So this looks like we're going to get Poch in the summer, which that will be the feel-good factor. But many of the fans with half a brain will remember him saying when we got to the Champions League final, if we win, maybe it's time for a new challenge. For me, that was like, you what? Imagine that if we'd won, if Sissoko hadn't have, and I think we matched Liverpool. I must admit, nearer the time, I thought we played better than Liverpool, but I've watched that. I've agonisingly watched that a couple of times since, and I wouldn't say we outplayed, but we deserved to take them to at least to extra time or penalties. I think we're okay. So that penalty in 23 seconds, that screwed it all up. So I can't blame Poch for that, but I blame him for playing an injured Harry Kane instead of Lucas. Kane could have come off the bench if Lucas wasn't doing it. But oh no, so Poch made some cock-ups, and that saying that he was going to possibly look for a new challenge if we'd won. Well, great, we could have won the Champions League and then been without a manager, and we could have got. So yeah, I've got no problems with Poch coming back. The stadium will be bouncing again, and if he does well, fantastic. But I really hope this guy gives the board a headache. I hope this guy makes us soar up the table. I don't know. I don't even know if he's good or not. I mean, but he doesn't know anything about the Premier League, does he? So, but it'll be interesting. I personally would have preferred Klinsmann, or like I say Sheringham, or Robbie Keane. Why would he give up a permanent job just to be sacked? Not sacked, but work for 12 games or whatever we've got left. And we've got the European Championship we're in still. So I think Frank was treated shite by everyone. The board, the fans, the media. They smelt blood months ago, and they've as usual, they've destroyed a decent guy. They've done it so many times before. I was as angry as everybody the way things are going, but I could see why it was going that way. I can see the bench we had against Newcastle. I would still put one of those youngsters on for Solanke and just got them to run around like a lunatic. Sorry, I said this in my post the other day. So let's hope this guy gives the board a headache. I hope he does really well. Of course, we all do. But for saying we don't want, they actually laughed at a caller You know, he said, oh, you know, if he becomes, they shouted, they said, we don't want him. Great support for the guy. He has not even got his foot under the desk yet, has he? So yeah. So yeah, that's about it really. We needed somebody quick, obviously, but it's not what the club needed at the moment. We needed that buoyancy. We needed that. People are going to look at him at the sidelines, and they're going to be scrutinising him more than the actual team performance. They're going to be saying, "What's this guy? What's his antics on the sideline? Does he know what he's doing?" I know what a game to come into. Oh my God! I mean, at least if we had Klinsmann there, I just think we'd have been so lifted that ground. It will be, actually. In fairness to our supporters, it will be, but that could change. If Arsenal score early, it will change. It'll be, oh, what the fuck have we done? What the fuck have we done? You know, nobody expects us to win, but that first 20 minutes, if we're matching them, then that, oh, even if it was as soon as I saw it, I agree with Teddy Sheringham 100%. So it spoilt me coffee. But come on, Igor, and I hope he gives those. Oh God, somebody mentioned that he's a tough guy and doesn't stand for any shit. Good. I hope he sorts out those mutinous bastards in the club. Not all of the players, don't get me wrong, but what a bunch of pussies, huh? God, they're just mollycoddled. You know, I mean, that's like the clubs of Brentford and Fulham and Burnley and whatever. They're old school. Get out there, Monday to Friday, on the training pitch, work your asses out. None of this 5-star treatment. None of this like, oh, you've got a bit of a tweak. Oh, let's give you a massage. Stay in the warm. Go to the restaurant, get yourself a nice breakfast, ease into the day. Fuck that. We don't want to ease into anything at the moment. We're in stuck. See? Oh, blood pressure's going up now. All right, come on, you Spurs. And I've, you know, oh God, we've got a long wait for the next game. That's a killer as well. I should have a suntan by then. All right, come on, you Spurs. And I hope this guy does well. Oh, just a quick bit on the end. Two things. When I was going on about, there was a channel where a caller called in, and I've rushed ahead of myself. The caller actually said, "Oh, well, maybe he, you know, if he's okay, he might be full-time manager." And that's when they shouted at him, "We don't want him as full-time manager." That's what I was getting at. Sorry, it wasn't too clear. And another point I forgot to mention. Okay, we've got the World Cup coming up. We're in a relegation battle. Some of our players have already proved that they're not really willing to give everything for the cause. Now, are these guys going to put their bodies on the line and risk their World Cup place just to keep us out of relegation? If they go to the World Cup and they do okay, they'll probably bugger off anyway, won't they? So that's my biggest fear. Are they going to, you know, I hate to say it because Mickey and, you know, Romero, they're warriors and what have you, but are they gonna start, you know, 5 games to go before the end of the season? Are they going to risk injury? You know, Porro, he's in the Spanish squad. Is he busting a gut to get back? You can't think about these things. Ooh, it's a worry.